Today, you get the tools you need to create the most important partnership there is, the one with the infinite mind. Here we are again, I'm Eli's dad, and welcome back to Project Eli, where we educate, lead, and inspire. Here is part 4 of the owner's manual for your brain, much of which is based upon the book, The Master Key System by Charles Haanel and the Wisdom of Stuart Wilde. Eli, sit up straight. Now, we have all within us an unlimited power. Creating miracles in our lives becomes a matter of identifying with the power, understanding its characteristics, and learning to use it effectively. In order to reach the infinite mind and enlist its aid, your belief must be laser focused in your own mind. There cannot be multiple distracting thoughts sending their vibrations into the universe. This is similar to only placing one battery into a flashlight that requires 2 batteries. You cannot generate the power to illuminate your way through the darkness and find the correct path to follow if there is not a connection with enough juice. The prohibiting challenge to overcome is similar to my challenge to maximize the use of the computer. In order to solve more problems with the computer, I must first solve the problem of how to use the computer. As I mentioned previously, it becomes a question of value. Is it worth my time to receive instruction and computer ease to make use of this most useful tool? The answer is a resounding yes, because it allows me to access more information and find more solutions. Eli, would you see value in having the ability to connect with the infinite mind and allow yourself to be more creative, unfold new knowledge, solve unsolvable problems, and create miracles? History tells us that very few have used this knowledge to take full advantage of their superpower. The real issue is the answer to the following question. How can you convince your conscious mind that your vision is real? That is, that you have a true and strong belief when logic tells you otherwise. Now, this is the crux of the matter because the conscious mind is the gatekeeper to the subconscious mind. A hypnotist cannot make you perform acts that your conscious mind knows are wrong because hypnosis works through the subconscious. The conscious mind is the filter that delivers or prevents a connection to your subconscious. The conscious mind will ask, is it true and logical? Is it morally correct? If the answer to either question is no, there will be no admittance to the subconscious mind. How then can you give the conscious mind the slip? How do you solve the problem of connection, that is to enable you to use the ultimate tool, collaboration with the infinite mind, to facilitate the solving of more problems? The answer is that you use the conscious mind to activate the subconscious mind, to control the conscious mind, to give you access to the subconscious mind. Say what? Perhaps I better explain. Let's say that you're an athlete. If your coach wanted to teach you some footwork to improve your performance, which is frequently the scenario, he would have you repeat the desired footwork over and over until you were able to master it. This would be accomplished through muscle memory. When you practice the desired procedure every day, it becomes part of your subconscious. It's similar to driving your car, walking into the next room, and blinking your eyes. Now, these are all acts that you may consciously control if you choose to, but they are, for the most part, performed subconsciously. Any athlete will tell you that until you can perform a function subconsciously, you'll never be truly proficient in its execution. So, you are consciously performing an action until it becomes muscle memory. Then you're able to perform the action subconsciously without a conscious effort. Now, once you've accomplished the ability to subconsciously create a belief that, on its surface, seems illogical, You then consciously insert that belief into your conscious mind, bypassing the gatekeeper. Only then will your subconscious mind accept that belief and allow the infinite intelligence to collaborate and create a solution. Therefore, in order to produce a strong enough belief to entice the infinite mind to collaborate with your subconscious mind and accept the belief, what's the solution? Well, it's the same as the question, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. Create this skill in yourself until it becomes muscle memory. Here is one regimen to help you create that mental muscle memory. Now, I've also put it in the description box below so that you can own it. Listen carefully. Number 1, choose a room where you'll be undisturbed in silence. Sit comfortably erect in a comfortable chair, but do not lounge. Allow your thoughts to wander where they may, but sit perfectly still. Now repeat this exercise for 3 or 4 days for mastery. Step 2, do the same as step number 1. Repeat step 1. But this time, try and inhibit all thought. Now that's going to be difficult to do for more than a few minutes. In doing this exercise, you realize the great number of thoughts that enter your mind. Repeat this for 4 or 5 days for mastery. Number 3, repeat steps 1 and 2. But this time, allow each part of your body to completely relax. Start with your toes and work your way north to your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, and so on. Be sure to not forget your shoulders, your neck, your jaw, and your eyes. Total relaxation is the objective because this allows your mental faculties to exert their greatest freedom, relieving all physical tension. Do this for 4 or 5 days. Number 4, relieve all physical tension as you just did. And then mentally let go of all adverse conditions such as hatred, anger, worry, jealousy, envy, sorrow, trouble, or any kind of disappointment. Now you may find it difficult to do this, but you can. It takes practice and concentration of your intellect over your emotions. The length of time it takes to achieve the dismissal and elimination of all negative thoughts is going to vary from person to person. The objective, relieving all mental tension. Practice makes perfect. Number 5, repeat as we just did, relieving all physical and mental tension. Then, picture in your mind a beautiful and ideal place and put yourself there mentally. Now it can be urban or rural. Make your vision very detailed by your effort to concentrate. See the buildings, the grounds, the vegetation, associations, and friends as you would like to see them. Now when I do this, I'm sitting on a dock on a lake in Maine. I can see the sun rising, the shimmering water, fish occasionally jumping above the water. I can feel the subtle breezes of the lake and hear the friendly voices of my friends and the sound of the loons, those are the birds that inhabit the lake, talking to each other. I can see the shore of the lake and the multitude of trees that surround the lake. My strongest part of the vision? The mirror-like image created by the reflection of the smooth as glass surface of the water. Now this is my favorite spot, and it's my pleasure to recreate it in my mind. Do this exercise for at least a week for 10 to 15 minutes. Number 6, repeat all and relieve all physical and mental tension. Visualize yourself talking to a close friend or relative, whether they're living or not. Swap stories with your friend and engage in friendly conversation. Pay particular notice to changing facial expressions and variations of tone and voice and laughter. Eli, I speak to your grandfather often, as well as a variety of friends. Success here is a good measurement of your progress. Number 7, repeat and relieve all physical and mental tension. Your new exercise is to visualize a finished product and work backwards until you have the rawest of materials. For example, I visualize a man walking on the moon. I work backwards in my mind to how the Lunar Module landed on the moon. Then I see it separate from the mothership. Then I see the mothership travel through space. How the stages of the rocket separated after the rocket ship was launched. The launch. Moving the rocket from its location at Cape Canaveral to the launch pad. The piecing together of the rocket at the Cape. The parts of the rocket being constructed and assembled. Gathering the steel, the screws from the trucks to the assembly plant, and so on. Now the value of this exercise is to get you to look below the surface, envision details that when changed make the insignificant significant, the uninteresting interesting, and the unimportant important. What if somebody delivers the wrong screw to the spaceship? You see how the unimportant becomes important? It illuminates how things that are supposedly unimportant are seen to be the only vital things in existence. Number 8, repeat and relieve all physical and mental tension. Now the next exercise is to visualize your favorite plant or flower and bring it from the unseen to the seen. Plant the seed, water it, care for it, place it where it will receive direct sunlight. See the seed burst and see your plant become a living thing. See the roots develop and shoot out in all directions and subdividing into millions of living cells. Watch the branches form and then the leaves. See the small buds develop and unfold as your favorite flower takes its shape. Smell its fragrance. When you have created your vision and it becomes a part of your spirit and becomes very real to you, you are creating an impassioned belief. You are learning to concentrate, and by repetition, the process will become part of your subconscious. You'll be able to get to the quiet, relaxed, concentration thinking aspect easily. That's mental muscle memory. And you will recognize that the process is the same whether you're concentrating on a flower or a health issue or a business problem. Do remember, however, that speed is not your objective. Getting yourself to concentrate and believe is your one and only aim. Number 9, remember to do this daily, or the skills will erode. You'll find that it'll become a time of day that you look forward to very much. Mornings work best. Your mind is fresh. Do a revisualization as your last conscious act before falling asleep. It takes discipline to build your mental muscles, just as it takes persistence and resolve to build your physical muscles. Just as looking in the mirror will not reveal results after your first visit to the gym, it takes time to put yourself in mental shape to create a belief that your conscious mind would ordinarily reject. Now, this is because it does not fit logically into the accepted pattern of belief held by the masses. Your objective is to get past the gatekeeper, the conscious mind, and activate the assistance of the subconscious mind and its partner, the infinite mind. Through repetition, you will become mentally skilled and be able to slip past the conscious mind and enter the venue that allows you to access your superpowers. Here's a quote from Stuart Wilde. Miracles are not logical, so the last thing you need is logical advice from the mind. When such advice is given, acknowledge the mind, thank it, and say, I do not accept any energy that is contrary to the unlimited power that lies within me. The infinite intelligence is so magnanimous and so much more powerful than the conscious logical mind that it exists in a separate dimension. That is why the mind has such difficulty perceiving it's even there. Unquote. Once again, Stuart Wilde. Quick review. The infinite mind is unlimited, and because it's already within you, you are unlimited. The universal law is impartial and unemotional. It does not discriminate and gives you what you truly believe and what your mind can conceive. Miracles are not gifts from the infinite mind. They are a part of you because the infinite mind is a part of you. All you need to do is to activate it. Every success has been accomplished by persistent concentration of the object in view. Just as the seed of a plant reaches down in the mineral world and is touched by the miracle of life, the universal mind reaches down into the human mind and empowers it with new and creative insights and understandings. What is required is that the proper seed be planted and nurtured and continuously nourished in the subconscious soil of your mind. The first thing to do is to soften the soil of the conscious mind, get past the gatekeeper, to enable the nutrients of the soil to operate at full strength. Now, Eli, here is where we find out if you're really serious. Will you take the time to develop the mental muscle memory required to establish communication with the infinite mind? Is it worth it to you to solve the problem of establishing the skills you need to acquire so that you may use that tool to solve more problems with out-of-the-box creativity? Do you have enough faith in the process to persistently move forward daily, even though you don't see measurable progress in the mirror when you examine your muscle tone? Are you going to keep the weights in the closet to accumulate dust? Or are you going to go to the mental gymnasium and faithfully work out? Are you going to discover that creating miracles does not require a miracle at all? It requires a burning desire, patience, and persistence? Now, don't forget to review the description box. Our next session will put all of the pieces together and summarize the owner's manual for your brain. To make sure you don't miss that, please subscribe and ring the bell. Our saying for today is, if not us, who? If not now, when? That's from John F. Kennedy. And because we never end a meeting on a philosophical note, get out there and charge! I'm Eli's dad.